Well, hello, Timothy and Keegan. How are you both doing
We're good,
today?
Trey. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to chat with you about this film. I enjoyed it so much because I feel like, different generations have like their perception of whether it's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or the Johnny Depp movie. Like we have this idea of Willy Wonka, and now a new generation can have the same experience with, a different lens than what we're used to.
Yeah. I was just going to say that a new generation is very fortunate that they're now going to have two different versions of Wonka, or three different versions of Wonka if they want it, and you have the opportunity to watch this film first, and then watch the Gene Wilder or the Johnny Depp one afterwards. And I think that it's just a very exciting time. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So Timothy, my first question is for you. People are familiar that you have a musical background. One of my favorite things on TikTok are the videos from your high school performances. I love anytime they go viral. It's like cyclical. Every 6 to 3 months, it'll go viral again. But even though you are no stranger to music, no stranger to dancing, was there anything about this project that may have intimidated you a bit as far as this being a musical?
Yeah, because it's just not really my thing, and I was gonna say not really my bag, but it's just in high school I had a lot of fun doing that, but not like this sort of high level. I mean, there's dancers on set icing their ankles,
Yeah,
Like,
wow.
oh my God, what have I stepped into? And also in high school, it was really like live theater, so it was just about bringing the energy. And here it's like playing to the camera and keeping the center of the frame. Oh, we got to go back to this shot from 3 hours ago. Just stuff that you wouldn't anticipate. So it was a big challenge, and it was very intimidating, but it wasn't live. So there was all the room to get it and mess up, and then they just kept what worked.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
It did.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Keegan, you spoke a little bit about this, but I think that you have a new generation that'll be introduced to this character. But I also think it's kind of a different, we never see Wonka as the protagonist of sorts or like the center of a film. Kind of the way we do it, it's much different than the previous generations. So why do you think right now, especially where we're at in cinema, that there could be a story like this for Wonka right now, especially in 2023?
I think it's good. I think it's, you were just speaking about something being cyclical. I think it might be time, given just kind of the world we're living in right now, it might be time for us to revisit that golden age. I feel like we're coming back to this movie harkens to that golden age of filmmaking when Gene Kelly was making American in Paris and Singing in the Rain, so that we're getting this big, sumptuous production. And I think that it's something that people are going to gravitate toward, and we might see more films like this. There's also been a new kind of rash of musicals, I think, on television as well, and people have been gravitating toward that. So that's what I'm kind of noticing is a bit of a trend, and a welcome trend, if I may say so myself.
Yes. And what do you both think about the fact that, it's coming out during the holiday season? People are already going to be in the spirit of giving. People are going to be in the spirit of being grateful. Do you think it's good that this is in tandem with the holidays?
I think so, absolutely.
Yes.
And to quote Timmy, actually, it's a very generous film, and I think that it fits perfectly with the season that we're in.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trey.
Calah, I'll start with you first, because I just feel like your casting in this film is just so important, like from jump anyway. So what do you hope that young Black kids, especially young Black girls, will be able to take from this film by looking at you and picturing themselves in movies, but also just spaces where we never really thought that we would be?
I just feel like just love yourself, because a lot of us, we don't put ourselves in those type of positions because we don't want to be actresses, or we don't want to be these because we think that we're gonna be, nobody's gonna want us to do it anyway, so what's the point of even doing it? But I just feel like doing this will kind of, I can spark a little bit of dreams in some people, and and everybody can just, they know that they can do something, and I'm here to show that you can love your hair and you can love your skin and all of that.
Yeah, and you said spark dreams a little bit. I think this one is going to spark a lot of dreams, a lot of it. I mean, representation and visibility are so important, and part of my draw to even saying yes to this film is realizing that the protagonist was going to be a young Black girl, and how powerful that's going to be for all of, the little Black girls who have aspirations to be in TV and film. They see themselves. And really, the way our minds are wired, unless we see someone do something, we don't know it's possible. And Calah does the impossible in this film. And it's just stunning to watch her shine and, you know, just grow. I told her she's gonna hire me one day. So I'm saying all this so I stay on her good. No, I'm kidding.
You're like, this project years down the line. Remember me.
Remember me. Remember me.
And Natasha, for you, why do you think that, you know, for our generations, we have specific Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the movie with Johnny Depp, and we know specific iterations. Why do you think now is the perfect time to have like a new chapter and have a new generation looking at this story from a different lens that, you know, we didn't really get, because this is definitely a new version?
Yeah, it's an incredibly new version. It's a diverse version, and I love the original, and this film is meant to be the prequel to that. And so it is sort of, it has the DNA of all the Wonkas to come, but it's its own original story. And at the heart is a story of, you know, having dreams and undying dreams and hope. And I think that it's such a timely message. I feel like the world is in such a cynical place, and so it's such an injection of that, you know, positivity and optimism just to see the story being told. And I think the diversity of the faces that you see on screen is just as beautiful as, you know, the beautiful sets. I think it adds to the tapestry of the story and invites a very diverse audience to tap in and lock in.
Yes. And Calah, for you, I have to say, there was so much chocolate consumed by Noodle in this movie.
Yeah.
I have to know, did you really eat all of it, and was it good?
I did eat all of it, and I enjoyed it. There was a chocolatier on set, like seriously, and she created all of the chocolates. Like she created the hover chocolate. She created, am I giving too much away? She created all the chocolates, and like it was so. I mean, like the technique and like all the different what am I saying? Designs on it was so great. And yes, I did enjoy those chocolates. They were really good. Not only did they look good, but they tasted good. So like, oh my gosh.
It matched.
It matched up.
I was watching the movie, it was at night, and I was like, you know, I just need more chocolate. I was like, I just need more chocolate. And the crazy thing about it was I was once to the dentist like that same week, and I was like, no, I was at the dentist, I was like, you know, it was a trying week. It was a trying week for me.
I don't know if the National Dental Association is going to sponsor this film in any way, but we'll definitely give them business.
Yes,
We'll have to see the spikes in dental visits after this movie.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
They would be correlated. But thank you both so much. I can't wait for more people to see this movie.
Thank you.
It was so nice to meet you.
I'm so excited to see this film because I feel like, I don't know, personally, I feel like it was time that we had a new film centered on Willy Wonka. And when I saw that Timothée Chalamet was the person who was cast, it intrigued me so much. So for you as the director, why do you think he was the perfect person to play this iteration of Wonka?
Well, I think he's a phenomenal actor, and I thought that when I saw Call Me By Your Name, I was blown away, and he was obviously much younger then, but I would go, this guy can look into a fireplace for 4 minutes and I can't take my eyes off him, and he's so good, it felt sort of unreal. I was like, how does he feel so true? And I thought maybe he was just like the perfect kid for that role, and it was a miracle of casting. Mm-hmm. And then I saw him in Lady Bird later that year, and he's completely different, wildly funny, pompous idiot, you know, that he was playing. And I just went, oh no, he's great. And I actually met him then, which was 6 years ago, and because I wanted to find something to do with him, and I was trying to write a script which I couldn't quite get right. And then the opportunity to do Wonka came along, and he just felt perfect. He's so he's got great energy, and he's quite enigmatic and funny and strange, but he's also able to carry this extraordinary emotional heart. And in unlike Charlie, where Charlie is the hero of the movie and he's the emotional sort of cornerstone of it, in Wonka it's really all about Willy Wonka, and he has to be able to do all of those eccentric, funny things and be the beating heart of the movie, and I think he's incredible.
Yeah, when you were naming films through Calling By Your Name to Lady Bird, everyone would be like, I saw bones and all. And I was like, that was
yes.
the role.
Yeah, that's another film about eating. Very different movie, but terrific.
And why do you think now is the perfect time in cinema right now to have another iteration of Wonka? You know, a lot of people remember the Johnny Depp movie. A lot of people remember like the one way
yeah,
back.
It's who you grow up with.
This is also, they're all distinctly different. So why do you think it was time for it distinctly different? And did you always know that Did you know that you want to do this film under this lens, or did that come up in the process that you want to do from this perspective?
I think I was approached with the idea of doing something with Wonka before the factory, because I think there wasn't an appetite for a remake of Charlie, and maybe that could have been a successful movie, but I think I wouldn't have had the confidence to do it, because it's been done really well twice before. But the idea of exploring the character at a different stage in his life really intrigued me, and it's something Roald Dahl, he obviously writes all these stories about young Willy Wonka within the book, and he's a character he kept coming back to time and again through his life. And we worked really closely with Dahl's family and the estate, and Luke Kelly, one of our producers, is actually his grandson. And so there was a real, not just a sort of professional desire to get it right, but I think from him a personal desire not to do something that would kind of cut against the spirit of his grandfather's writing.
Yes, yes. And how do you think this film can appeal to both fans who may be like, this may be their first film with Willy Wonka, or fans that may have seen the prior other films that have been done?
Well, I think it really is its own standalone piece. It's an origin story about him as a young man, and we were interested in that sort of spirit of generosity, of like, you know, you're never quite sure who Willy Wonka is in the movies, because he's this strange enigmatic figure, and then at the end you discover he wants to give away his life's work to a child. And I was really interested in that spirit of generosity, and seeing how that would operate in a young person taking his first steps into the big bad world.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you so much, and I can't wait for more people to see this movie.
Me too. Thank you so much.